Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to swap out a chain on an M18 fuel Milwaukee chainsaw. As you can see, mine is very loose and I went to tighten and I thought, well, I never actually swapped the chain out before, so it'd be a good time to do that. Pretty easy process. The first thing you want to do is order a chain off Amazon, Home Depot, wherever you want to get it. Mine's a 16 inch. I'm pretty sure there are more options. I think there might be a 12 also, so be careful to get the right one. I think this was $35 off Amazon. The process isn't too bad. I'll show you how to do it real fast, but the tools needed, you need a 1/2 inch bit here, and I use a 1/2 inch drive. Good stuff. And a flathead screwdriver. Easy enough. Alright, the first thing I want to go over is tools needed. You need a 1/2 inch socket here, a 1/2 inch bit, that's what you need there, and a flathead screwdriver, and of course the chain. Mine is 16 inches, not sure what yours is. You might consult and make sure you look on the box or measure it or however you want to do it. Just make sure you get the right chain, very important. Alright, first things first. My chainsaw was full of fluid. The reservoir's over here, as you probably know. I went ahead and drained my fluid, mostly just to make sure I can avoid a mess. I don't know if it'll leak out for sure, but I went ahead and did it just in case. Alright, let's go ahead and loosen these 1/2 inch right here. Where am I going? There we go. Go ahead and loosen these a little bit. Go ahead and get these guys loosened. Go ahead and pull them off since we're swapping it. Now for future reference, if you're ever just going to tighten your chain, what you can do, there's a little dowel pin right here. I don't know if you can see it right there. So the end of my screwdriver is. And you can kind of turn it as you loosen. See the way this moves real fast on the chain. Ready? Here we go. See, it's getting looser there and kind of tighten. And there you can't. There you go. You can kind of see it. See it get tighter right there? Watch this chain right here as I do this. Loose, see? And then watch. You see how if I go right, it tightens. If I go left, see how loose it is right there? And then if I go to the right, clockwise, see how much tighter it gets right there? So if you ever want to tighten your chain, that's the way to do it without having to swap the chain if your chain's still good. Counterclockwise, loosen. Clockwise, tighten. You can always do that if you need to. All right, let's go ahead and pull this cover off. It's probably going to be caked with junk. Yeah, that's nice. There we go. All that crap in there. All right, got a little rag here. I'm going to wipe this down a little bit. There we go. Okay, now if you loosen this, what we can do, to the left, counterclockwise, it's pretty loose. I don't know if you want to call it a dowel pin, whatever you want to call it. It's just kind of a tightening screw there, but it'll loosen this up, and you can kind of wiggle your way and get this entire assembly off real nice there. Comes off just like that. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. Alright, now this next part is very important. You want to make sure that you find on your chain which direction the chain goes, okay? So it's very important. There'll be an arrow. Where's the arrow at? Let's see. Because the chain, the way it runs, is it runs this way. It runs clockwise around. So it goes from top to bottom. So you definitely want to make sure. Let's see here. Okay, so now that we got our chain off, it's pretty easy to understand. So if you look at the bottom here, you see where this little, that little notch where it fits into the top of the saw here? See that? So make sure that's kind of an easy way to tell which way it's going, but you can always do that. It also has the word organ written on here. I don't know if you can see that. You probably, it's super small. But if you ever do, you'll see it. The word organ's on there, and it has kind of an arrow pointing that way, because the way it goes is this way right here around, okay? That's the way it turns clockwise, okay? So when you put it back on there, make sure you put it on the correct way. So let's do it real fast. Here's the new chain. All right, let's get this back on here like this. All right, now that we have the chain back on here, I'm gonna dust this. I'm gonna clean this off a little bit. This is really pretty nasty, so let me clean this off a little bit. Oof.
It's nasty.
All right. All right, so we're gonna fit this back on here very carefully, around here like this. And we're gonna make sure this chain goes back around this sprocket the way it's supposed to go. Okay. See kind of the way that's on there right there? Alright, you see the way that's back on there right there? So let's go ahead and tighten up this guy a little bit. You can kind of see it get tight there. Okay. Now you see the chains on there. The chain's on here real nice. This thing's all tightened up right here. If you're a visual person, you can kind of see the way it goes on there. For example, like this notch right here, right there, you know? Like the upward point of it is going forward. Let me see, you see right there, that notch right there, the upward part of it is going forward. So you have it the right way. You know you have it the right way because you think like it eats the wood, so you want the sharper end hitting it, you know what I mean? So that's how it goes. Back on here. All right, here we go. Just like that. Then we'll go ahead and put this guy back on here. Make sure it's all lined up here. This one wasn't lined up, I could tell right off, so tighten this up a little bit, make sure it's not too loose. There you go. Make sure it's in there. Okay. Not too tight, just enough to get the job done. You don't want to over tighten, snap a plastic or anything, but just kind of do that. And then go ahead and do clockwise. Get that chain nice and tight on there. Should be good to go. Here's what I use right here. It's just an Echo brand premium bar and chain oil. You can use any kind of bar and chain. It's not too incredibly specific. Just make sure it says bar and chain. I'm going to back out a little bit here so you can see it. Alright, fill this thing back up with fluid. Here it is. It's actually a perfect amount anyway, so that's perfect. It's back in there. Alright, here we are, guys. Just like that. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and get this thing fired up and I'm going to let it run for a second, make sure this chain gets nice and lubricated. It's got to coil back through the sprocket there. You can get some bar chain oil. Do that before you start cutting. You don't want to tear it up. So I use an M18 5.0. I don't know what you guys use, but I have like 5 of these because every time you buy new tools, you get a new one. It's the best. So what I try to do is, see that's within tolerance. It's not too loose. It's not too bad. Go ahead and run this chainsaw for a minute. Let the chain go through the sprocket and get lubrication on it from the All right. right, looks pretty good, sounds good. Let's cut some wood and make sure it's on there right. Easy as that, guys. Thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. So if you do put the chain on the wrong way, it's not going to hurt the chainsaw, but you'll know real quick because you'll do that and it won't cut. So take it back apart, do the same thing except for flip it over, and it'll be fine. So thanks for watching, guys. Questions in the comments. Hope this video helped you out. Be sure to like and subscribe. And until next time.